Good morning. It's a new week, and a week that I want to take a new focus, probably the same focus I've taken the last couple of years in Holy Week, and that is just share with you the details of the days in which Jesus spent his last week on earth. And this morning I'm referencing Luke 19:28 to 48. Holy Week literally covers 8 days because it's Sunday and Sunday. And so Sunday we don't share a video, but yesterday commemorated Jesus' entry into Jerusalem, the week of the crucifixion. Many of you ought to know the story that he came in to shouts of Hosanna and criticism from religious leaders and praise of common people, and the statement that if they weren't praising him, even the rocks would cry out to give him glory. And then the Bible shares something interesting in Luke 22, that Jesus went and wept over the city. Jesus could see down through the eons of history that Jerusalem would suffer many things and be in the hands of many people before he ultimately came and restored his kingdom. And he references there, you didn't know the time of your visitation. They didn't realize who was among them. And of course, we knew what was about to go down. And then on Monday, many of the gospel writers agree that Jesus went and cleansed the temple. That's an important concept for us to keep in mind, the cleansing of the temple. God doesn't like corruption. He likes it even less in the house of God and among the people of God. And yet we see it in business, we see it in education, we see it in government. This corruption that is always beneath the scenes and in the secret place, in the quiet place, whispering, innuendo, agendas and schemes and plots that are never open to the public, but behind closed doors. Jesus says, I don't like it. In fact, his exact words regarding the temple were that my house is to be, or is, a house of prayer, but you've made it a den of thieves. Many churches in response to that have just said, hey, there be no money exchange here at church. The selling of tickets, the kids of peddling their school stuff when their school is raising funds. Even visiting musicians that come in with hats or t-shirts or CDs. Some churches have formed a rigid stance against that because, well, we can't allow the church to be a place of money exchange. Well, in reality, Jesus wasn't addressing that. Many of these traveling groups, you've got 4 or 5 musicians and vocalists, maybe a sound person, and you go honor them with a love offering that, maybe a couple $100, depending on the size of your church. They can certainly recoup some of their expense and honor some of their labor by just peddling a few things. Jesus wasn't condemning that, I'm certain. But what he was condemning were the unholy practices of denying what should have been acceptable sacrifices and then marking up the price on approved, authorized sacrifices and extorting money from worshipers. That's what Jesus was opposed to. And that's what Jesus dealt with on the Monday of the final week of his earthly life. Well, there's much that we can learn from the Gospels concerning Holy Week. I want to look and share with you in the days ahead the dates of the writing of the Gospels, the differences in the Gospel accounts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and share more information about the coming days of Holy Week. Hey, I hope you will have a great week focused on Christ and his sacrifice. Many of us get a break on Friday for Good Friday and some time off. And of course, next Sunday, big day at church. Not many Sundays I have to be there ready to go at 6:30, but it'll be worth it to celebrate my risen Savior. Hope you will have a great day. Take care and God bless.